Welcome to another episode of Meet Me Outside. It's your boy Kunal. It's your boy Dennis.
What's
it's
going
your boy
on?
Bruce.
He's snuggling.
He's snuggling. He's happy. That's good.
Man.
Dude, I'm driving back from City Island. Ever been?
What's City Island? No.
City Island is a small island off the coast of the Bronx. And if you haven't been, if you're visiting New York City and you want, it's cool because it's just a row of seafood restaurants.
That's cool to you? All right.
But you're in the Bronx.
Yeah.
It's nice. It's like a little getaway. It's beautiful.
It's like that cool, it's vintage New York. It's
Yes.
real New York.
Old school.
But it's not like the city. Like you don't have to go into Manhattan for
No.
it. Okay, I thought it was like Randall's Island or one of those weird islands off of Manhattan.
Like you drive on it. The parking's not too difficult.
Nice.
There's a bunch of seafood restaurants. The seafood is incredible.
There's probably some bodies buried in the mosh.
That's why there are seagulls. I'm not here to question that.
They eating real good.
They eating real good.
Those Bronx seagulls.
I'm telling you right now, they're not even interested in the seafood. they got bigger things to worry about.
You know what they call all the seagulls going to the Bronx for the bodies?
What?
White flight. That's a great joke for the top of the podcast.
I don't get it.
You don't get it?
I don't get it.
White flight was a thing in like the 40s, 50s, and 60s where...
Oh, white people left New York. Ah.
Yes, okay. Seagulls are white and they float.
No, I get that part.
They also fly.
It's a good joke. I fucked that up.
You didn't fuck anything up.
It was me being stupid. We can admit I'm an idiot.
How about I was too smart instead?
Okay, well, that's also fair.
Okay.
So
what were you doing there? Gig?
No, just taking Dina out for a day.
Nice.
Little date situation.
Show her how
Bruce.
it could have been.
I don't even know what that means.
If you guys had brown flighted to the Bronx.
I mean, dude, it's pretty white on City Island.
I'm sure it is.
Yeah. So we're there and we're driving back, and I don't know what brought this up. Oh, I think it was somebody who had written... Oh, this is what it was. We were talking about this TV show that we were watching together, okay? And this guy who wrote the TV show went on to write this other TV show called The Royals. And I was like, is the royal family is it about the royal family? And she's like, no, it's about like an upper class family in England, but not necessarily royalty.
Okay.
And this is my thing. And then I went into this whole tirade where I go, I can't stand TV shows about the royal family.
I just want to hold on. You almost had you had a great night.
Yeah.
Took the gal out, had some seafood, driving back.
Yeah.
But something was missing. A tirade over nothing.
Yeah. Bro, I would think that somebody would possibly get me, would be an Irish dude who doesn't like the royal family. It would be you.
Oh yeah, fuck this show and fuck the royal family.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
what I'm saying. Like they continue to make TV shows, movies, every fucking situation about the royal family, and I'm done.
But this isn't about the real royal family. It's just some rich.
It's not. But the word royals just sent me on this rant.
The idea of British loyalty just sets royalty, not loyalty.
Yeah, look at
loyalty. We're about.
Yeah,
British loyalty. I'll take it.
Yeah, but British royalty, gross.
Okay.
I'm tired of the movies. I'm tired of all the TV shows. Yeah. It's just like the king and the queen. Who gives a shit? They're garbage people fucking each other.
Downtown Abbey.
Yeah.
What was the other? What's the one that's out now?
Bridgerton.
Yeah. I went to my buddy's wedding. We talked about it an episode or two ago.
Sure.
Wedding went great.
Yeah.
And but the music they had playing was all this classical covers of modern pop music.
Okay.
And I said, this is kind of interesting. Where's this from? And they're like, it's from Bridgerton. And I spat on the floor. I was like, fuck this music.
You knock a fucking cup out of someone's hand. Go to hell.
I punched the waitress.
Yeah. You snatch your gift back out of the father of the bride's hand.
You're no longer wed. I desecrate this. No.
On your daughter's wedding day?
But also, that's like cheating then, because it's an old-timey show about old-timey shit.
Yeah.
And then the only time I'll give that a pass, fantastic movie, rest in peace, Heath Ledger, A Knight's Tale. They did anachronisms great in A Knight's Tale.
Okay.
But it was tongue-in-cheek.
It was fine.
It's comedy.
It's fine.
Bridgerton, this is all like romantic drama shit.
I know, and a lot of people argue it's not directly the royal. I don't care. I don't want to see another TV show, another movie. These are incestuous fucking scumbag people, okay? They fucked over the middle, the lower class. They've been screwing. They live off the government now.
Yeah.
Okay? They're garbage people, and I don't understand why the world is so fascinated. You know what it is? It's Stockholm syndrome. You know when you're like, this is,
the British Empire colonized and ruined Everywhere? Wasn't that the whole thing? The sun never sets on the British Empire?
Exactly.
And now, all those generations later, the victims of that colonization.
Right.
How often does a white guy get to say that?
Yeah.
The victims of these dirty colonizers.
You go.
Now I got to watch you young ass fucking fake royalty try to screw each other.
I don't want to see the crown.
I don't want to see a corset.
I don't want to see any of that shit. Queen Elizabeth could suck all the dicks. Bro, I'm tired. I hate every minute. It's just, even England.
Have you been forced to watch one of these? It sounds like...
No. I haven't. I refuse.
Yeah.
Dina tried to make me watch The Crown, and I go... And I didn't want to come off as like this guy who's like, my family suffered. I don't want to be that Indian guy that comes across... I'm not the kind of guy... Listen, I love to complain.
Does that live there, though?
No.
It doesn't at all?
Not even remotely.
You never have that thing of like,
because this is the difference
guys.
between me and a lot of other people. I love to yell. I love to complain.
I've noticed.
Right?
You write an email like a motherfucker, like the day is long.
Oh, baby.
Like the Dickens.
Call me Edgar Allan Poe. We getting dark. And I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm the guy that yells and complains, but I will not be the kind of person who goes, well, they screwed my I'm not.
Poor me.
I'm not, yeah.
You're not poor me. You're angry.
Yes.
Not, here's my sob story.
Yeah. I'm more like, you're fucking up.
Yeah.
That's the problem here.
Which is going against the fucking tide in comedy nowadays. To
going
not
against
have
the grain of society.
Yeah.
That's
Everyone's
the
a victim.
Everyone's a victim.
Everyone's,
Yes.
I'm here because of all this other shit. It's not my fault.
I can lay my problems left and right, man. I can. It's easy. They're clear.
You know why I'm not passed at more clubs?
Why?
King Richard.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm talking about the tennis players' dad. I can't remember. Fuck.
God damn it.
Who are they?
It's fine.
Whatever.
Like Serena and Venus.
I was going to say Selena Gomez.
No. All right. So,
yeah.
I remember like years ago. You ever get on AOL chat rooms?
Oh, did I ever?
Did you?
Oh, yeah.
Because you're younger than me. You're a few years.
I'm a few years younger than you. Yeah. I was getting into AOL chat rooms, getting those 100 hours free in the mail.
Yes.
That sort of shit.
Right.
Probably when I was about 12 or 13.
Okay. Yeah. Now you're 5 years younger than me.
I'm 33.
Okay, so you're
29 if you're an agent or in the industry.
This is not the time to point at the camera.
The 2 COVID years don't count, right?
This is not the time to do.
Listen,
don't you ever do that
I'm
again.
6'6", 280 pounds of twisted steel and sex appeal.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You're mostly twisted steel. There's mostly twisted. All right, so... Point is, okay, so that
twisted steel and oatmeal.
Right. Okay, so that means when I was like 17, you were doing the you were getting the. Oh, that makes sense. That's fine. The window's out there. Now you'd get the 100 hours AOL. There was this disc you'd get in the mail by AOL, America Online, and you'd put it in your computer. Get 100 hours to be able to connect to the internet. Your family only had one computer.
Yes. Oh, of course.
Yes, of course. It was called the family computer back in the day.
The family computer, and we had a computer room.
Yes.
Which would later be turned into a guest room.
Right.
When it was like, we can't leave these monsters,
these
teenagers in the room with this computer alone.
It became the jerk-off den.
I mean, yes, pretty much.
Be honest.
And I'll only admit that because that was the case for probably every young suburban kid.
100%.
Especially suburban, urban. Well, everyone. It must have been brutal for you apartment people. Because it's like,
buddy,
it's one of 3 rooms in the apartment.
3. We had a 2-bedroom apartment. It was converted.
So you had the room that you walk in, and they had 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, no. The room you walk in is the living room, and then you can't. The computer was in our bedroom. My brother and I, we shared a bedroom.
Oh man.
So you can't. You know what I mean?
Oh god.
Yeah. It's horrendous. So it'd have to be like the glow of the computer monitor looking back over your shoulder,
dude. And it would take so long just to get anything loaded up. You know what I mean? You really had to take your time.
100%.
Yeah.
So, would you go on the AOL? What was your experience like?
My experience going on AOL, first of all, my first screen name, I should say this because I think it's embarrassing and it's a common question. I will share. And I'd like to get out ahead of it before it becomes national news.
Right.
It was Limp Biscuit Socks. SOCS.
Okay.
And Socks stood for their 2 albums.
Okay.
Significant Other, Chocolate Starfish. So again, I'm like 12 years old. Fred Durst is the coolest person in the world to me.
Sure.
And I'm like, what's my screen name gonna be? At least it wasn't like, I don't know, Pussy Fart 42069.
Sure. Right,
but Limp Bizkit Socks is pretty bad.
Right.
So I'd log on.
Before you continue.
Sure.
Cool Fox.
With a K or a C?
With a C?
Okay, at least it wasn't KEWL.
No. But Fox spelled PHOX.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I thought it
no
was
numbers or anything?
No, I was like the first one to get it.
See, and I know you feel this way too, is like, I like a sleek, even still with usernames, whatever.
Yes.
I like something sleek. I prefer no numbers if possible.
100%.
I want something that's maybe congruent.
Right.
I had later screen names where you do the lowercase L at the beginning and a lowercase L at the end, so it looked like it was boxed in.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
Cool screen names, man.
Yeah. Optimus Fox 69 became. I got worse as I got older.
You just started putting a hat on a hat with the screen name.
Hat on a hat.
Cool Fox was cool, but Optimus Cool Fox is like, this is a virgin.
Now we're partying.
For sure. Yeah.
So what would you do?
My earliest memories were absolutely going into chat rooms.
Yes.
Because AOL had a thing where it was like chat rooms, and you'd click on it, and then it'd be like 30 genres of chat rooms, and then you click on the genre, and then it'd get more specific. Here's more things.
Yes.
And then you'd land on one where it would be like New York teens.
Right. Of course.
Which, in retrospect, horrifying.
What do you mean?
That you would go to a chat room based on your like age and location.
Sure.
In theory, sure, that's what you should do.
Right.
In practice, it's just preteens talking to probably middle-aged men.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
100%. The amount of guys. Did you cybersex a lot?
I never cybersex.
Never.
Until.
Now you point to the camera.
Until. Lawyers, get ready for this.
Yeah, here we go.
You know what I got into in like 6th grade, 7th grade?
Yeah.
Probably for a year. There was a year where I was heavy into this. This is embarrassing stuff.
Yeah, okay.
Online role play. But not, you're thinking like sexual role play?
Yes, of course.
Think more like Dungeons and Dragons role play, where it's like a druid enters a bar. I still remember my character.
Wait, who are you?
I forget. I hopefully will remember his name because it's, you know, I've blocked out a lot of this.
You were such a maniac.
Just think about what
you play Dungeons and Dragons
I play now.
You play now.
And it's civilized. And it's, you know, we all see each other face to face.
Sure.
We know who we are.
Yes.
Men and women involved.
Yes, right.
Usually 2 couples and me, so I'm a bit of a third wheel.
That's fine.
But I'm
Fifth,
not.
But yeah.
My penis is not in my hand when I play, though. You know what I mean?
It would be so bad if it was.
Both hands are on the tabletop at all times. If I put one hand under the table, like, Dennis,
hey,
hands where we could see him.
But hey, man, I got my wand ready.
Roll for initiative.
Yeah.
So no, I got into like weird fantasy role play where it would just be like people. Again, this is in a chat room, so you're just describing your actions. But it'd be like my character was like 17 years old, so like 4 or 5 years older than me, and a very formative 4 or 5 years.
Yes,
Like by the time I was like 15,
right.
I was hugely embarrassed that I ever partook in any of this. But again, for like 1 year, maybe 2, but definitely not more than that, I was doing this where, so my character, he had white hair, he wore all black.
Right.
You noticing something? I'm turning white, actually. I'm turning into this guy.
This is okay.
And he had milky white eyes with no pupils.
Right, of
and
course.
like a black like duster.
Yeah.
Black trench coat.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
Right.
And that's all I would do would be like flirting with weird elf girls or getting into weird fights with people where it's all it is people like just who can describe throwing a punch first while being detailed and like cool about it.
That's what you guys do?
I don't like your judging face because you opened the floor with.
I'm sorry.
You opened the floor with the virtual sex.
You know what's really upsetting? You want to know why I'm judging? I'll tell you why I'm judging. Because this is so tame.
Compared to what you did?
And so innocent.
I'm going to feel a lot better in a few minutes?
Yeah, you're going to feel so much better. And that's what makes me upset. Because every time you talk about doing something in your life, like last week you talked about hitting a carny when being on a ride.
Yeah.
And then we go further into the episode, and there's Kunal lighting phone books on fire in the
throwing rocks at people.
Yeah, right? You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm judging. Because I feel bad for me.
The show should be called Bad Cop, Worst Cop. Actually, I think there's already a show.
Yeah.
Anyway, disregard. Right. But on the tail end of doing this weird chat room role-playing stuff,
sure,
probably after like a year and a half, then all of a sudden things would get a little sexy.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? In character sexiness.
Yeah.
And
he sets his duster down.
He ran his hands through his holy white hair, glowing with...
He took out his pupil-removing contacts, and he knew it was time to...
No, those were my eyes.
Okay,
I also think I was a vampire. I think I was like Blade. I think I was a vampire who was also a vampire hunter.
Yeah, of course. He set down his stakes and removed his own.
He took his stake out of his pants.
It was time to pierce her heart.
Oh, my God.
But her heart said it was between her legs.
When the pants fell, the room smelled of garlic. And he shrunk away into a red mist. So a couple of weird...
You have to invite me inside in order for me to come in.
Which is still the case. We were always big on consent back then. You know what I mean?
Of course.
And things got sexy maybe a few times before the crazy Irish guilt and being that young was like, what are you doing, dude?
How dare you?
And also trying to describe sex while being 13 and not even have it. Like I hadn't... This is almost pre-porn.
Right.
Because the computers were so slow you couldn't really even get, or at least I couldn't get porn.
To get a picture of a naked woman took a good amount of time.
Yeah.
To get an actual video, like maybe a 3-minute video of porn, took easily 2 hours.
Do you remember the first video you saw?
Yes. Submissive Sluts 4.
Had you just started at 4? Were you confused with the plot
That's
line?
where the clip came from.
You're like, who is this?
It's just a clip from Submissive Sluts 4.
What were they doing?
And it was just a nurse fucking the patient. And it was so
pretty classic,
mind-blowingly hot to me. And when I see those nurse videos now, I go, it'll never be the same.
Nothing can compare.
To
that first RN.
Absolutely.
Were they white people?
Yeah, they were.
Was that ever a thing for you? Where like, I need brown porn.
No, never.
No?
I'm not this is the thing. I used to, I can't be like, the dick has to sort of look like mine. Sort of.
What do you mean?
So like if the guy, like if he's like a dirty white guy,
if he's not circumcised,
if he's not circumcised, I'm out.
If it's got that extra hood, you're like,
I'm out. Yeah. This is not my neighborhood. I'm out of here.
Right.
Yeah. No, a black guy, like a really dark skinned black guy, I can't do it.
I get thrown off if it's a black guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not racist. It's just I can't relate.
Oh, it is. But we'll argue it. We'll argue it forever.
Yeah, I can't relate because it's just like, one, this is way too big.
Yeah.
Way too girthy.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah, anything too big and I'm just like, well, now I just feel bad about myself. As opposed to like,
of course.
Yeah, look at her taking it. It's more like, I wouldn't do that to her. You know what I mean? Hold her head, I'd pull her hair back and be like, you okay? Do you need some water or anything?
I try to scroll further back before it even starts to see if he's nice to her.
Yeah. I'm big on that. I need talking during the whole thing.
Like from who?
I mean, preferably from her. I don't need the guy.
Yeah. I used to have a bit where I'd be like, I don't hear a guy talk. I don't hear a guy moan either. Men moaning is awful.
I can block it out if but the second you kind of notice it, it's like all you can hear then. You know what I mean?
You don't want to hear that. That's like a backup singer just trying to out-drown the actual main performer. You know what I mean?
The first porn I ever saw was at my neighbor's house.
Right.
Probably a year, I was probably like 11 or 12 because he had good computer shit. His dad was into computers and worked with tech, so he had top of the line shit, things ready to go. And when his parents were gone, I was over there one day and he was like, look at this. And same thing, we waited like 5 minutes while it slowly, and it used to load from the top down. So you'd see like neck, titties, oh shit, belly. That's a vagina. Oh my God. That's a vagina.
They're balls.
Yeah, right. And then you finally get the balls. You're like, oh my God.
What happened here?
Dude, that probably would have rocked my world because I wouldn't know that there was like anything like that out there.
To even see someone who's like to have like both parts. You know what I mean? Or even like
dick and tits.
There's
tits and dick. Tits and cock and tits.
Yeah, to see tits and dick on a person at that age would have been truly a mind fuck.
It could. I could be doing.
I'd have to have a conversation.
I'd be at a strip club as a DJ right now, working there, bringing people up. But it was these two women, like middle-aged women too, like middle-aged plump women.
Sure.
Which nowadays all your porn, well, it's not all of it, but like you're usually going for like those like young toned bodies, just But this is two middle-aged plump women sitting on the edge of a pool, and you couldn't see their heads. It was just the neck to like the knees, and they weren't even touching themselves. They were just like wiggling their pussies around. And I went home and thought I was going to hell. I was so sure that I'd ruined my life. Oh yeah. I was like, this is unforgivable.
Right.
I was like, this is unforgivable.
What if it turns up like, you know what I mean? You only can see the neck down, but if it scrolled up, it was Jesus's head.
He's just looking at me like, oh, you done did it now.
Both the women are Jesus's head with the long hair and the beard. No, Dennis, you fucked up.
They look at each other and be like, isn't it fun when we split up? And then they merge together to form actual Jesus.
Or they start having lesbian sex and scissoring.
Oh God, I'm sure that's been done. I'm sure there's videos of Jesus with a pussy. Scissoring another Jesus with a pussy.
Of course.
And that's why I'm all fucked up nowadays. That's why, because the sight of two vaginas when I was 11 made me think I was going to burn for eternity.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah, I got over it.
Yeah, I would go into the chat rooms and I would have, I'd go into cybersex. I would try to get
just straight into. Did you like warm up another chat or like the moment you were in it?
I'm in ASL, talking to someone who I think is my
age, sex, location. By the way, because I saw that someone referenced that recently, and I was like, I bet younger people don't know what that means.
No clue, right?
Yeah, you used to go into chat, you'd say ASL, and everyone would fire it off.
Right? Yeah.
Be like 28 male Florida. Yeah. And it'd be like 22 female Florida.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, it's some guy in Michigan who's 60 years old.
Absolutely.
Cock in hand.
100%.
Yeah.
Dude. So then I would cybersex all the time. And that was what I was doing. And then a buddy of mine came to my house.
And are you masturbating, or you're just like, this is just pure thrill of the game?
Just the joy of writing.
Are you just writing exercises? You know what I mean?
Dude, it felt so good.
Just wanted to.
Yeah, it felt so good to write like that.
Just felt so good to write and see how fast I could make this grown man come when I was 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's all I wanted to do is bring joy to the world.
Were you now when you were cybersexing though? Were you like? When people would ASL, what would you answer with? I
wouldn't lie.
You were like 16,
yeah,
male, Queens.
Yeah. New York City.
And you would cybersex with women.
With women.
Or so
I believed they were women.
And that's all that matters.
And that's all that
Theater
matters.
of the mind.
Theater of the mind. That's it.
I mean, this is the
classic.
classic.
There was one girl who like we cybered frequently. And then she sent me a picture and she was a girl.
Yeah.
And that was, I was sure. But the rest of them, no clue.
Yeah, there's no way that this person could have gotten a picture of a girl to send to you.
Don't ruin this for me.
I know, I'm sorry.
Don't ruin this for me.
I'm sorry. Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. But, okay, so you're cybersexing all the time. Is this like a race home from school kind of thing? Are you telling your brother, because I had two brothers.
Yes.
And we'd be fighting over the computer, and it was a lot of like, all right, at 7:40, you're off, and I get a half hour.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my brother would change, he'd put a password on the computer.
Oh, that's fucked up.
I know.
Yeah.
And then I'd figure it out because he wasn't smart.
Really? You could crack his codes?
The password. I kid you not, I could crack his passwords.
That guy runs a hospital now, right?
I mean, something. Something. You know what I mean?
He doing something out there.
Yeah, he doing something.
Know.
I'll tell you this much. He ain't making good passwords.
He ain't doing cybersecurity, that's for sure.
You're damn right. But I would do that. I'd crack the passwords. I'd do cybersex. And then a buddy of mine came over one day and he goes, you got to check this out. And then he goes, check this. And we go over, we get on AOL, we log on, and he goes into like a chat room of like, he's like part black. All right, himself. He goes into a chat room of black people and just starts spewing racial slurs.
Oh my God. Oh no. He discovered the power of anonymous hate speech.
Dude, I had not laughed so hard when he started doing it. I was dying. It was so funny.
This was before the concept of a troll.
Yes.
So like people you would go into a chat room, see someone say some horrible shit, and everyone would get stirred up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Nobody would be like, don't worry about that guy. He's just some jackass. Everyone would just be like, fuck you. You can't say that. I'll fucking find you. I know someone who works for the CIA. It's like, all right. Everybody knows someone who could find you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Everybody's got a cousin in the FBI, buddy. Relax. So we would, and then it was, because you got to realize, 13 years old, the idea of just going, oh, I can upset people?
Yeah.
simply by sitting at a computer in my house.
Yeah.
And bother everyone. Dude, we were off to the races.
Yeah. You didn't have to go hang out with the black Israelites any longer.
No, sir.
These people were coming to you now.
Oh, yeah. Every chat room was fair game. Every chat. We go into the Chinese chat rooms. We go into the Indian chat rooms.
Oh, yeah. Just so that if the cops ever came, you'd be like, listen, we did everybody.
No, I didn't even think of it that way.
No. What could they do? No, there was no.
Yeah,
there was never a fear of that.
No, it wasn't a fear of that. It was, let me see if I can upset people.
Yeah.
That's all I cared about.
This is truly the wild, wild west days of the internet.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean?
chat rooms, when you discovered you could be racist to people, there was no limit as to how far you wanted to go.
Well, you did that. I never did
that. No. You saw two pussies in the water and you turned into one.
You're like,
I, on the other hand, went into a fucking full tailspin of just wild. So then one day.
So you went from like sex addict to incel. You did it backwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Everything backwards.
Yeah.
The screen names get worse backwards. All that shit. So now one day I go into I went to a British chat room. I'm starting to shit on the British.
Oh, we know you hate them.
We know that.
Yep.
Right? I'm going, your teeth are garbage.
Your empire sucks.
Yeah, America, fuck you. We fucked you good. You can't be. Yeah, we took your fucking, we beat your asses back to
So it's always a little sexual. You're like, we bent you over, England. Fuck you. You loved it.
You reached back for our hair, but you told us to hit you hard. You know what I mean? Like, I would get, but they weren't phased.
Right.
British people, I didn't realize this. They can take it well.
Okay.
They took it really well.
Yeah.
And I got annoyed because they're like, oh, you think we care about the teeth, mate? Fuck you, mate. You're a loser, mate. And it's just like all this shit. And then something changed. One day I'm in Connecticut. I'm visiting family, right? And this is like the 1 or 2 trips we ever took. And we're just about to leave. It's like 8 o'clock at night or whatever. We're just about to make a 2-hour drive back to Queens. Yeah. The news breaks. Princess Diana in a car accident.
Oh, no.
Dude.
And you found your big gun.
Usually I would fall asleep on that car ride home.
You're like, Dad, you need to go faster. What time is it in England?
I am, dude, I'm just sitting there, like, just jawing. Jawing.
You got the light on, you're writing. You're like, what are you writing back there, Kunal? Don't worry about it.
I'll tell you this much. Yeah, I didn't need to write. I know exactly what I was going to say.
What'd you lay into him with?
So, first of all, we set the scene here. We get to Queens.
Yep.
And this is like a good situation. My dad finds parking immediately.
Because it was meant to be.
It was.
The stars were aligned.
I'll tell you this much. Princess Diana was in a car accident. I'll tell you this much. Our car made it safe.
Yeah.
Oh, we were home right.
God was looking down on someone that day.
So we get back into the house. My brother's like, I got to check my email. And I go,
it can wait.
I'm like, you know what? And this is the thing. I show restraint. I go, you know what, man? Fine.
Yeah, this is going to sting for a while. There's really no rush.
That's fine. We just sit here. We wait. He checks his email. And because this is the thing. If I piss him off, he's going to take longer.
Yeah.
You know, when you upset an older brother, they're always going to find a way to just get into your joint and twist it.
I know you're not the middle child. There's only 2 of you.
Right.
But I do feel like you and I have similar middle child strategies like that.
Yeah.
And things that eventually turn you into a comedian where it's like, it's not just making people laugh. It's also like placating people.
Yes.
And not being manipulative, but also just being emotionally intelligent where it's like, I want this out of this person. Here's the best way for me to get it.
Absolutely.
So you're placating your brother. You're
let him
take
check
your time.
his email, do his thing.
But then maybe like set out a plate of cookies in the kitchen. Hey, there's cookies in the kitchen.
I should have been. I'm not that smart. So he does his thing. He walks away. I sign on in. Get in. And what was it? Would it say welcome to America Online or something like that? So then I get in there and the British chat rooms, they're jammed.
That's the thing too. Sometimes you couldn't get into a chat room.
Sometimes you couldn't.
It'd have a max of like 30 people.
Right.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So you'd have to go to the next one.
Yeah.
And then the next one.
Yep.
Dude, I don't get in till British tea room 18 or some bullshit like that.
And even then, like, you'd be clicking on it.
Yeah.
No, click on it. And then maybe eventually you'd slip in through.
I slip in, somebody leaves, I walk in.
Right.
And people are so upset.
People are being sincere and shit, right?
They're sharing a moment because Princess Diana has passed away. And I have decided to share a moment of my own. I go in there and I go, hey, I just want to let you British fucks know I fucked her dead body while she was laying there.
Jesus.
I'm telling you right now, I fucked her. I spit on her face. I gave her a pearl necklace. Fuck you people. You can all go right to hell. Dude.
Zero chill. Zero chill.
I go,
you
100.
didn't even, like, now you'd be subtle.
No.
You'd be nice for a few minutes, and then you'd say something.
No.
You just go straight with, I fucked Princess Diana's corpse, and I defiled her name and her body.
Absolutely. Right.
Okay. And how'd they take it?
Let me tell you this much.
Did you get booted?
Let me tell you this much. I got them.
They were upset now.
They were very upset. They were pissed.
Yeah.
Dude, people, they were like, I know people in MI6. Like, they were,
They were sick in 007 on your ass?
Yeah, they're like, oh, I know Bond. I'm like, shut your goddamn mouths.
No, dude, you don't. Bond couldn't save her. What's he going to do to me?
Oh, dude, every response, I was coming in there, and I go like, what's Prince Charles going to do now? Those stupid orphan kids.
Just going for the jugular.
Yeah, I was going as hard as humanly possible just to get them. Because when you're a kid, when you're that young, your only thing is, how do I piss people off?
Yeah, you don't have that much empathy yet.
No.
Because this is hilarious. But Princess Diana, I think, was like a good person, all things considered.
Dude, she was a spectacular.
I've never heard anything about it.
Yeah,
Wasn't she like the first person to start shaking hands with AIDS patients?
Dude, she did like so much volunteer and philanthropic work. She got divorced, and they would follow her around and chase this woman, and he felt bad for her, but she still made an active effort to do good,
right,
as a humanitarian.
Yeah, she knew she was in the spotlight.
Yes.
It didn't seem like it was just for optics.
No,
I remember her, I think, saying in interviews where she was just like, I was born into privilege, and I want to use that to create good in this, like something like that.
She married into this situation.
Well, you don't marry into fucking. I mean, you don't like. If you're marrying a royal family person, you're probably doing okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure she wasn't,
Right, no, she wasn't like at a bar somewhere and then this guy picked
She wasn't
her up.
Slum Diana Millionaire.
No,
she was fucking...
Very good.
Not bad, right?
That's very good.
2 for 2. Mark it.
That's not bad. So, but that doesn't matter when you're 13.
Or no, you just want to... Yeah,
you just go, I found a way to hurt you.
Here's how much they loved this woman.
Yeah.
You have a very good joke now, a chunk, I'd say, about the royal family and how America kind of versus Britain.
Right.
And you have a clever line that references the automobile accident that killed her.
Yeah.
In America, you do this joke.
Yes.
And this is 30 years ago?
Dude, it's easily. Yeah.
Still gets groans.
Very upset.
Still gets groans.
People get very
like,
upset.
people will be like, oh, that's too much. And it's like, what the fuck do you care?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I call them out on it, too.
Yeah.
Because I do a joke about us still being proud to be American.
Yeah.
And then when I have them clap, I'm not a big person of, I don't care about making the audience clap. But I want them to clap then only because I can throw it in their faces later.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's really what that comes down to.
Kunal's a very funny stand-up comedian. Go check him out. Yeah.
So, dude, when I did that and I finally got them at like 11 o'clock at night, man, it's like, you know that feeling when you smoke a cigarette? That's what it felt like. I felt so relieved.
The sweet release.
Yeah, just like, beautiful.
You're like, I don't even need to go have cyber sex now because this is way more satisfying.
Yeah, 100%.
Ruining 30 people's night during a low point, way better than climaxing.
Oh, don't think I didn't check out different chat rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let me see how the Chinese feel about it. Oh, it turns out they love her too. Isn't that interesting?
No, I went to different British chat rooms.
Just more British tea rooms.
Yeah,
letting them have it. Well, the Irish thank you for your work.
That's what
no, they don't. Diana, say you're sorry. Say it.
Anyway, let's talk about. I want to do a little thank you to the people that have been tuning in.
A lot of British listeners.
Number 2 of the countries, the UK.
We love you.
We love you.
United Kingdom.
No. Number 1, Australia.
All right.
Number 2, the United Kingdom. Number 3, Canada. Number 4, Norway. Number 5, Germany.
I like that Norway's on there.
I do like that,
Yeah.
too. It's nice. What do we got here? Cities that have been tuning in. Obviously the United States is number 1 in terms of countries.
Sure.
But in terms of cities, just straight cities, Sydney, number 1.
All right.
We're number 1 in Sydney, dude.
Yeah, man. Sydney,
not bad.
Sydney loves us. We're going down there.
Then New York City. May 9th. Yeah, it already passed. New York City, number 2.
Okay.
Step it up.
Yeah. I mean, you're getting beat by Sydney.
Yeah. Number 3, Austin. Nice.
Cool.
Number 4, L.A. Number 5, Omaha, Nebraska.
Tell you what, we don't need you, L.A. We'll take Omaha.
I will take both.
All right, fine.
Yeah, let's relax. Would you calm your ass down for a minute there?
Too hot in L.A. I ain't going.
Yeah, you're
Leave
swinging way too hard. I take pot shots at America's the world's favorite princess. And
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
I talk shit about the West Coast. You're like, whoa.
Hey, they got tacos. Dude, I'm gonna tell you this thing kind of happened, really upsetting to me.
Yeah.
They're bringing back alternate side parking in New York City. Like they chopped them in half.
It was half as much as it normally was.
So you would have to move your car Monday, Thursday.
Okay.
Or on a different side, Tuesday, Friday.
Yeah.
So during the pandemic, they got rid of the first day. So if you have to move it Monday, Thursday, now you just got to move it Thursday. Mm-hmm. They're bringing it back.
So 2 days a week you got to...
2 days a week, they're bringing it back in July.
And also, like, parking already sucks.
Yes.
Even with it chopped in half, it was
100%,
still bad.
100%.
Yeah. What's the times outside for, like, what time do you have to go early? Is it in the middle of the day?
I mean, this is at 8:30
a.m.?
Yeah.
8:30 to 11, I'm guessing? Or 8:30 to 10?
8:30 to 10.
It's usually an hour and a half.
Yeah. Early.
Yeah, that's kind of early.
This is the thing, man. Every time that the city tries to do, any city, they try to change something, they fuck it up because there's so many different ways. The reason why they're bringing back alternate side parking is because a lot of people have just been eating the tickets.
Right.
They just go, you're telling me if I don't move my car for a month, I only got to pay $280. That's less than parking in a garage.
I was going to say a parking spot costs $500.
$300 minimum.
Sure.
So they're not, they're like, who cares?
Yeah.
I'll just leave my car here.
But you double that, and they're like, well, I can't afford that.
That is what they should have done.
Right.
What they should have done is like tickets are now, they're not like $65. Now they're $150. Because if the ticket's $150, people will be moving.
Yeah.
And this is the other thing. It also encourages people to go somewhere.
I don't think it does.
What do you mean?
I don't think it does. Because
Listen-
when I lived in Brooklyn, I lived in Bushwick for 5 years. We had alternate side parking.
Right.
And nobody goes anywhere, dude. If you have to go somewhere, you get up and you go somewhere.
Sure.
If you have alternate side parking, it's not like all of a sudden you're like, well, I'm up already moving my car. Let me see how my mom's doing. Let me get my taxes done and shit. Let me go to the gym. No.
Nobody
you
does
fucking
that.
double park your car and you
Right.
block somebody in. You know how many times I came out and was fully blocked in by double parking cars and I'd just lean on I wouldn't get in my car.
Yeah.
I'd open the window, stand outside my car and just lean on the horn.
Sure. Yeah.
For like 2 minutes straight until
then somebody
finally someone... I'd see them walking up the block looking at me like, all right, I'm coming, and I'd hold that shit down until
Really?
they're... I'd be furious.
Of course.
You don't block somebody in. There's a way to double park where you park between two cars.
Yeah.
And now someone can't park. You can't double park right behind or right in front of someone who's already double parked. But if you're the only one double parking and you do it between two cars, they still have the ability to reverse out or the other car forward.
Right.
But that's a dignified way.
What they would do is people would just line their entire
car up with you.
Yeah. But now nobody's moving their car at all. And the streets are dirty.
Right.
And so I will say that. But it's like they always come up with an ass backwards answer.
Do you care that the streets are dirty though? I fucking think the streets are always dirty. I'm
going to be honest, they are dirtier, but I don't. Do you need the cars to move? You've got 4 contact points of a car on the ground.
Yeah.
You're telling me you can't work around it?
Where's the technology that's like, get a fucking pool vacuum under there?
You
and
tell me you
can't,
can't. I have like the hose on my vacuum. Sometimes I'll swing it underneath the table.
That's a good. I've done that.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
swing it by the cord part, the accordion part, so you kind of like get a good wiggle on it.
You swing it next to a power outlet.
Yeah.
And you get like all the hair and whatever dust.
Especially when you need that max distance, you don't want to switch outlets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just throw a little swing.
Yep. I'll get my vacuum handle all the way down to the ground and get that last 3 feet. You know what I mean?
Do that bullshit. Where's the technology here?
They've got garbage trucks that nobody has to get out of the truck. The fucking claw arm comes out, grabs the garbage can, flips it in, puts it back.
Right.
Does it kill people every year? Probably.
Who cares?
Do children get picked up and thrown into the back of a garbage truck?
100%.
Yeah, but you know what? The city doesn't have to pay 2 Italians to stand on the back of the truck.
That's $160,000 a year.
It's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
A lot of money.
So that's what I'm saying. Up the tickets. This affects me personally.
Yeah.
Not in a good way if I get hit with these tickets.
Can I give you an alternate side parking tip?
Sure.
I might have told you this before, but particularly for that type of time, 8:30 to 10, here's the move.
Right.
You get up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
and you go out, you'll find a spot. Because the people who do have things to do, a job or whatever, where they're getting up anyway, moving their car, they're up and out early.
They're out.
All those people who walk into their car at 8:25, 8:30, 8:35, they're going to fucking sleep in their car or double park
I'm going to tell you right now, I know my people well.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it's always me and a whole crew of fucking delinquents.
You and Sal taking naps next to each other in your cars?
Absolutely. Hey, good to see you. How's the family? I'm doing all sorts of bullshit.
You're sharing white noise machines, pulling up next to each other and stuff?
100%. Doing all sorts of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's also the weird thing is now in every borough is having a jail built on it.
What?
Yeah.
What do you know?
I kid you not. Every borough to fix the problem of Rikers Island, which, by the way, I don't understand why they can't.
What's the problem with Rikers? You tell me there's shady shit, bad shit going on at Rikers Island?
Yes.
That prison that's been
that's been there for maybe a century.
I've heard lore about.
Yeah, the fact that it's a terrifying place.
It's an island right outside of New York City, and I still don't know where it is really.
Yeah, it's a mystery in a mystery. Yeah, dude, so what they're doing is they're building a jail on every borough except Staten Island, which is kind of interesting considering what borough has the most cops that live there?
Staten Island.
Yeah, that's the giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I would argue that Staten Island is itself its own prison.
Well, then why not put another one there?
A cultural prison.
Absolutely, dude.
I have not heard this.
Yeah.
I am not doubting you. I am going to immediately research this when we're done with the podcast because it's kind of terrifying.
Yeah, they're building one in Kew Gardens in Queens.
They're building a prison.
They're building
Kew
a prison
Gardens?
in Kew Garden in Queens.
How did they get away with that,
dude? Because I don't know. I don't know.
What's your source on this?
I was reading the news.
Because all I see is a little yellow Post-it note. All right, for all I know,
it just says.
Also, you do this to me. I was talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
You do this to me on this podcast.
What?
The first 40 minutes, silly, lighthearted. Oh, what'd you do on AOL?
Sure,
and then like last week, we hit minute 45. You're like, how do you feel about the abortion thing that's going on? And I'm just like, I don't know, dickless. That's how I fucking feel.
No, but this to me is
this is
not a wide. I didn't like.
It's heavy, but I have an opinion.
Yeah, you have an opinion on this,
and I have an opinion on abortion.
Yes,
the right one.
Yeah,
just
right wing. No.
No, whatever I'm supposed to feel. That's how I feel.
Course,
I promise you.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah. Of course.
It's so obvious.
Yes, obviously.
Dude,
Yeah.
what's that? Oh my God.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I guess it's gonna create jobs.
I mean, dude, I don't want. This is the thing. Fix Rikers Island.
Are they shutting it down, Rikers?
I don't know.
They should turn it into a museum or a theme park.
That would be fun.
Rikers Island sounds like a theme park.
That would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Like you get to fucking hang around in the jail and shit like that.
Haven't you always wanted to spend a night in jail? Of your own accord.
Yeah.
Like if you didn't like it, you could check out early.
Right. Yeah, I just look at my girlfriend. Huh.
You're like, what do you think?
Maybe. Yeah.
The cot's not that bad. I thought it'd be worse. You know what I mean? Toilet bowl's right next to my head, but
that's kind of nice. I think you get to make your own hooch.
I was about to say, this toilet bowl gin isn't so bad.
Yeah, little prison hooch.
You barely taste the urine.
I'm gonna be honest. I would love to try prison hooch.
Prison hooch?
Yeah,
I've had it.
Have you?
I mean, I've had homemade hooch. I guess it's not prison hooch, but I've had homemade hooch, and you're basically just drinking fucking straight alcohol, rubbing alcohol essentially. You know what I mean? It's not that great. It's funny to give to someone and they make make a face.
Sure.
You ever see The Master?
No.
Paul Thomas Anderson. It's Philip Seymour Hoffman and Joaquin Phoenix.
Is Paul Thomas Anderson the guy who did
Boogie Nights?
No, the new one that came out.
Yes, the movie you didn't like.
What's it called?
Two young white kids in Southern California.
Man, pizza, licorice pizza.
Licorice Pizza.
I fucking hated that movie.
Yeah, but you've seen he's a masterful filmmaker.
I know
though.
He's not. That man has lost all his fucking credibility.
Have you seen There Will Be Blood?
With Daniel Day-Lewis?
Yeah.
That's
also Paul Thomas Anderson.
Is it?
Yeah, just to give you a scope of he makes wildly different movies.
What's the one where they
Stop pointing your finger so close to me. You're like, what's the one?
Let me tell you something. Okay, it's I saw Gangs of New York. I didn't see There Will Be Blood.
That's not Paul Thomas Anderson.
I understand that.
Okay.
I'm just telling you.
The actor? Okay,
yes,
the butcher, Daniel
yeah,
Day-Lewis.
yeah.
All right, he taps his eye with the
Yes,
knife.
I didn't see There Will Be Blood. It seemed kind of long.
It is long.
Yes.
Nobody speaks for the first 18 minutes. There's
You
no
can
dialogue.
you can go right to hell.
It's fantastic.
You can go right to hell.
It's gripping.
There is no way.
It's gripping.
This sounds like when somebody tells me you should watch this show. The first 2 seasons suck.
That's when someone says that, I'm
Yeah.
always like, not just the first few episodes, because I get a slow burn.
Yes.
But when someone's like, season 3 gets really good, I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I hope my season 3 of my life gets really good. But if
Yeah,
I don't work during season 2, it's not. So I'm not watching it.
The first 2 seasons of my life are going rather poorly.
First 2 acts of my life are kind of shit, but
Yeah.
we'll see how Act 3 turns
Good
out.
God, I hope. Rate, review, and subscribe.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm in Act 3 right now. I just don't even know it. How sad is that?
I don't want to hear that. Yeah.
How did we get to Paul Thomas Anderson?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Okay, get
All
back
right.
to the jails. The problem with the jails, bad idea. I hate that they're doing it on every borough except Staten Island.
That is
which
fucked
is
up.
kind of shady. I don't like the fact that they're building jails. Man, I just
Can't they build an island now? Shouldn't they just build a new island and put a
in
prison on that?
Dubai they're making islands. I kid you not. They
Yeah.
build islands in
Right.
Dubai and put buildings on them.
Yeah.
Do this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
it's the East River. Who cares?
a prison is huge, though.
Yeah.
Like, how are they gonna? I gotta look this up. I can't believe they're doing
I
this.
know,
Where are they gonna
dude.
put the prison in Brooklyn?
I have no fucking clue.
Yeah. There's no space anywhere in the 5 fucking boroughs.
Dude, put him over to a cemetery. That would be a cool idea.
Put it in Jersey.
That's what I'm saying.
Put it in fucking
Yeah,
Jersey.
put it in
Sell it to them.
Or how about goddamn the island where the Statue of Liberty's at?
Yeah.
Yeah, put
Make
it there.
them scrub the Statue of Liberty down.
Right.
Make it copper again.
Yeah.
Or bronze, whatever the fuck. I think it's copper.
It's copper.
It's
That
copper,
would be
right?
so dope if they would actually
That'd
take
be a good
prison-
renovation project.
Yeah, that'd be kind of oh man, that'd be fucking kind of cool.
How many fucking license plates do we need in this world?
We're done.
Put these prisoners to use.
I'm tired of them they work for pennies on the dollar for
Yeah.
Verizon or any of these other companies. I don't want to see any of that shit.
no
Make
more
them,
no more birdhouses.
No,
All
I'm
right?
t-
scrub down the Statue of
Yeah.
Liberty.
I don't want to see them taking Amazon calls for me.
Do they do that?
I don't know. Probably.
Probably,
Well,
pretty much.
allegedly. Who cares?
Yeah, Brooklyn's full, Queens is full.
Yeah.
Staten Island has a little bit of park space where they could put it, you know what I mean?
They have like those things, landfills that they
Yeah.
put over. Yeah.
Right.
Put a goddamn thing on that.
Or put it out in fucking Long Island.
We're done.
Yeah.
We're done with New York City being used in this kind of way. I don't understand how people that work in government continue to have jobs when they just continue to make the same garbage mistake one after the other. And that's the shit that really irritates me.
This is an anarchy podcast.
Yeah,
from
that's
here
really
on
what
out.
we're coming
fucking
down.
burn this whole city
Yeah.
down.
I just have Molotov cocktails. I'm like, let's do this.
That's kind of the energy I had driving over here.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
I was driving over here from like Red Hook.
Yeah.
And at one point, I'm going down the street. There's
Right.
a green light. And
Yeah.
there's some white piece of shit
Yeah.
with his girlfriend. And he's standing out looking down at all the cars. And he's going like this, waving the cars. Like, yeah, keep going. You got the green light. Keep going. It turned yellow. I normally wouldn't have gone for it.
Yeah.
This guy started waving the other way, like, stop.
Yeah.
I fucking gunned it.
You gunned it?
I gunned it. I didn't, like, get close to him or anything, but
yeah.
I gunned it, and I looked at him as I went
Right.
through the fucking...
What
and
was
it's
his
like,
look?
oh, he looked like he couldn't believe that I was
Yeah.
going through. And in
Good.
my head, I
Yeah.
said the words that I say to myself all the time
Yeah.
when I find myself, especially driving in one of the boroughs,
Right.
burn this fucking city down. Listen, I love New York City and all that shit. I'm also like an in-between man.
Yeah.
But I fucking hate this city at the same time, dude.
Man, I'm driving somewhere and it's just, I was driving to City Island.
Yeah.
And the road is just, what's happening to the road? What happens
You
to
mean
the
these
road?
giant potholes
Yeah,
that don't
it's
get
just like,
fixed?
what is this?
Don't worry. We got drones coming though
Yeah,
to
we
stop
got
you
drones
from
coming. We got-
stop you from jumping the turnstile.
Yeah,
Don't
yeah,
worry.
yeah, we got drones coming.
Fucking
Good.
unbelievable.
I hope the drones shoot out my tires. Veer off the road.
Fucking put me out of my misery. I'll put my
Right.
face next to the tires.
That's fine.
Get a payout from the city, maybe. That'd be nice.
Something. All right. I mean, you got anything? Anything that you want to talk about?
I just real quick. I had a doctor's appointment this week. I have
Okay.
a torn fascia.
Yes.
I have a abdominal tear in
Okay.
my stomach lining, which basically means that the lining that holds my guts in place is split, and now my guts are trying to escape my body.
Jesus, that's so terrifying.
It sounds terrifying.
This sounds like the plot of Alien.
It is. That's how that's what I compare it to. I'm like, imagine the alien that bursts out of the chest in Total Recall.
Yeah.
That's my actual innards that are trying to do that.
Your innards.
And I go to my
I just imagine it's like what pops out is like a hero.
A hoagie? Not even chewed up, fully intact. A chicken parm?
Yeah, a chicken parm. And it flies away.
And it's
wings.
talking, though? Yeah. It's like, I'm free!
Yeah.
So I go to my primary care physician, which I'm on poor people health insurance.
PCP.
This is how you know you're going to
You have an actual PCP?
I have a PCP on theory, on paper.
Yeah.
I don't have a relationship with this guy or anything.
Sure.
But I go to this is how I knew I was going to like a real budget doctor's office.
Yeah.
And they wound up being great.
Okay.
I don't want them to fuck me over. They wound up being great.
Yeah.
But I show up. Well, first of all, when I went to go make the appointment, they were
How
like,
big is this tear?
I don't know. They did a CAT scan 2 years ago. I imagine it's gotten bigger, maybe 6 inches. I can feel it. Remember when we were on tour and I'd touch my stomach and you'd be like, "You're not feeling well?" I'd be like, "No, but I could feel I can feel a tear in my stomach though." Anyway, let's go do comedy. Let's go make these fucking.
This is so unsettling.
I know, and
this is a guy who went into chat rooms. Go on.
I've been living with it for fucking 2 years.
Yeah.
So when I went to make the appointment, this is great customer service.
Yeah.
Is they're like, "Well, when do you want to come in?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "I mean, tomorrow would be great. I'm off tomorrow." They just go, "No shot." Not like I'm sorry, we're full up. She goes, "No shot."
What is this bitch running a casino?
Yeah, right.
Wait, what'd she go? Oh yeah, I'd like to see a doctor on Tuesday. No dice.
It's like,
what do you?
Like I'm riding the bench and I asked the coach if they could put me in the fourth quarter. No shot.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, warm that seat, huh?
And I laugh because what do? You either get mad or you laugh.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
So I laugh and I go, "Well, when can you guys get me in? Like,
Yeah.
when's the soonest?" She goes, "Next Wednesday." And I'm
Okay.
like, "Well, you should start with that. Be like, we're full up until Wednesday."
Right. Open with that.
Yeah.
No.
So she gets me in for Wednesday at 3:30. I head over there at 3 o'clock. I want to get there early.
Where's this office located?
Long Island Valley
Okay,
Stream,
sure,
my hometown,
sure.
you know. And very small parking lot. Grab a spot. Walk up to the door. The door's locked.
What time is this?
It's 3:10 now.
And
10 after 3. My appointment's for 3:30.
Okay.
I go, that's kind of odd.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
And I look around a little
What
bit.
day of the week?
A Wednesday.
Should be open.
I notice the hours are posted on the door.
Sure.
You know what the hours are on Wednesdays? 3:30 to 6. They're open for 2.5 hours.
Dude, that blows my mind.
On a Wednesday.
On a Wednesday, dude. Your doctor's hours sometimes are the
Do whatever they want.
Whatever they fucking
Whatever they want to do.
I had a doctor who'd be like, "Yeah, I'm here 6 to 10 on Tuesdays." Like, oh, okay, yeah, I guess, man. But
AM.
Yeah, and then he's got like 11 to 1 on another day. It's really just it's almost like when they plan their week out.
Yeah.
It's like I'm gonna go play racquetball, then I'll go into the office.
Yeah, I got appointments 6 to 9. Then I'm gonna
Right.
go play 18. I'll be back at 4 o'clock just to do some paperwork. I
Yeah.
can maybe if you need a physical, I'll get you in.
Right.
So I'm standing against the door, kind of annoyed.
Of course.
Because I'm like, I'm only 20 minutes early, and
Yeah.
I know they're gonna have paperwork for me to do. Like that's why I'm here early.
Which, by the way, the fact that we're still doing, you have to fill your name and address every time you go to the doctor.
On a photocopy, that's a
Yes.
photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy 1,000 times down the line.
100%.
And it's at an angle.
Yeah,
You know what
everything
I mean,
is
things are cut off.
all askew.
They're
Yeah.
asking you weird questions that
asking
you
you-
want to make fun of, but you're like, I don't want to lie either.
It's like, what's my address?
What's my address? It
Yeah.
said name, height, and have you ever had cyber sex in a chat room in AOL in 1999?
Yeah.
I'm leaning against the wall waiting.
Right.
And this lady gets out of her car and she's got a big gulp and she's wearing scrubs. And I'm like, okay, someone's here.
Yeah, this bitch.
She walks right up to me and she goes, "You here for the abdominal tear?" Spotted me right away.
Yeah.
I go, "Yeah,
I
that's
wish you
me."
had a knife.
Yeah, right. I just flick it out and be like,
Yeah,
"I'm
I'd
here
be
for 2 abdominal tears."
looks like there's 2 of us here.
They bring me in.
Yeah.
I'm as nice as possible. I'm not, nice as possible.
You're way too nice.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe you're not nice enough.
Maybe.
That was Seinfeld. Maybe you're not nice
Maybe you're
enough.
not nice enough.
Maybe you're not nice enough.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Jerry.
I eventually get in.
That was my Elaine.
I eventually get in. I'm sitting down. Doctor comes in. He gives me the spiel. He's a nice guy.
Describe this guy to me.
I don't know, like mid to late 40s,
Sure.
white guy. I believe he was Jewish.
Right.
Dressed kind of casually, but his office had fucking like fucking awards top to bottom. One of those offices where like there's no wall space, everything's got an award on it.
Sure.
And he remembers me. I had been there once before, like 3 years ago.
Right.
And I'm telling him all this stuff, and I tell him, I'm like, to my understanding,
Yeah.
there's a tear in my stomach fascia. My innards are trying to be my outards.
Yeah.
Like, what do I need to do?
Sure.
And he goes, first thing he says to me, he goes, it's not as uncommon as you think, and most people do nothing, and they're fine. And I'm just like, most people just live with they can feel a tear in the inside of their body. And he's like, yeah, a lot of people don't do anything. He's like, I'm not saying that's what you should do, but a lot of people don't.
So then what do you...
I have options. I don't want to necessarily get into it right now.
But then why'd you bring up this story?
Because I want to say this to you.
Yes.
The woman behind the desk. So he says, he goes, I'd like to do some blood work.
Sure.
And I have a big problem with needles. I have a big...
Okay.
And I've
What's
heard...
the problem with needles?
I can't look at them. I can't see them.
You don't have to look at them.
If you have to have blood, if I have to have blood drawn or get any sort of shot, I freak out.
Yeah.
I get crazy anxiety.
Yeah.
You
Look
know this
away.
about me. You know this about me. I
know.
look away, but I still... You don't know this about me?
About your fear of needles?
Yeah. That's why I don't go to doctors for 5 years at a time.
Jesus
because I don't
Christ.
want them to have to take blood.
That's so insane, dude. That's so reckless.
I'd
That's
rather
so
get
irresponsible.
I'd rather get punched in the nose. I'd rather take a black eye than have someone draw blood from the inside,
What
from the
if they
crook of my
punched you
elbow.
in the nose? You bled through the nose.
I've asked for that, and they're like, we're not covered for that sort of insurance.
What if they go? Your insurance doesn't cover.
Yeah,
it?
their insurance is like, Susie won't throw a right hook for less than $200, and she'll only take
Right,
cash.
Blue Cross Blue Shield? No, we don't. You don't have right hook. Uppercut.
So he goes, we'd like to do some blood work, and he
Sure.
sees me turn a shade of white that he's never seen before, I'm sure.
Right.
And I go, do you have to?
Yeah.
Which is a dumb question.
Sure.
But I'm panicking already.
Yeah.
And he goes, I mean, we don't have to if you don't want to, but like you should probably get your blood looked at if you think you have these other problems.
Right.
And I go, okay, you know what? I'm here. I go, let's do it. And I go, but whoever's taking my blood, like, just make sure they know that I can't have someone poking me for 5 minutes trying to find a vein.
You look like you're about to say, make sure they know I'm sensitive.
Make sure they know I'm very sensitive. I do tell them, I'm like, listen, I've never fainted, but I get very anxious and I can't look, and like I'm a big pussy, I tell him.
Yeah.
And he says, we don't use those words in this office.
Right.
And he goes, don't worry. She's done this 1,000 times. And the woman from the front desk on the phones comes in to take my blood.
Get the fuck out of here.
And I'm laying down with my arm out. First of all, that's what I wanted to ask is, how would you react if you saw the person answering the phones was also doing like some of the... I don't think that's that common. I guess apparently it's not unheard of, but I feel like there's like receptionists and then there's like aides or nurses.
Right.
This was a reception nurse.
Yes.
She was doing everything.
It was a reception nurse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I saw her change a tire after my appointment out in the parking lot.
She's cleaning windows.
Yeah, she's like, I'll be right in. I just got to reach this. I got to get the line.
She's in the doctor's office behind the window. Hey, I got him. Oh, he's got a stomach pussy? I'll figure it out.
That's what it is, essentially. It's a giant pussy growing on my stomach.
Yeah. So,
and she comes in, and I hate this too. Talk about bedside manner.
Does she bring in the big gulp?
She does not bring in the big gulp.
I'm telling you right
God.
now, if she brought in the big gulp, I'm swinging.
I know, right?
Yeah.
She doesn't bring in the big gulp, but she comes in, she takes one look at me, and she goes, oh my God, you're sweating already? And I have to be like, yeah, I know. I'm a big pussy. I'm a big pussy. I thought the doctor told you, but you have a big pussy laying on the table right now. Take the big pussy's blood.
Yeah.
And
how about you shut your big mouth up, though, lady?
I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
She nailed it. But she didn't do the thing whenever I've had blood drawn or whatever. Once they're done, because they see that I'm such freaking out, they always be sure to go, all done.
Yeah.
Like they'll say like, hey, you're all done. Yeah. That's it.
It's
like,
okay.
You want a lolly?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it's very like you did it.
Yeah.
I hear her say this. She goes, all right, close your arm. Yeah. And I go like this, like folding my arm to the crook of my elbow or whatever. Yeah. And she goes, you're not going to break it. Fold your arm. And I go, oh shit. And I like clutch it really hard.
Yeah.
And she just leaves. And in my head, I'm like, I think there's a needle hanging out of my arm right now.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's something. Yeah. Or there's like an IV now that's taking blood and draining blood. And I can't look at it.
Yeah, of course.
Because if I look at it, I'm going to vomit or faint or piss or shit myself.
Yeah.
I stayed like that for like 3 minutes.
In the office?
Yeah. And she comes back in and she goes, you don't have to hold your arm like that, you know. And I look at it, and it's just a little cotton ball in my crook of my arm.
It's a cotton ball with the.
But I thought that like they were draining me of blood or something.
What, you think like they just have a loose IV and blood is?
I'm 33 years old.
Yeah.
This is the second time I've ever had blood drawn from my arm. Every other time was at a pediatrician from my finger.
Are you serious?
I'm 33.
That's insane.
I'm 33.
I get my blood taken twice a year.
Just faint right now.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was. You know, I'm trying to get over it a little bit. I mean, I let them do it.
If I could, I'd test my blood at home. Ugh. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't care.
I don't know. I'm still gonna do that every time I go to a doctor. Is to just be like, listen, I'm a giant bitch. All right, just don't send some student in here poking me for 5 minutes.
Yeah. But I once had a guy. I was in Australia, and I had this stomach issue. It just wouldn't go away. And I don't know.
Nausea?
It was like just, man, my stomach would hurt so fucking badly. And I'd gotten sick in India, and I don't know what it was. I'd gotten like some sort of illness, stomach flu. And
you were in India. That's
I was
what
in
happened.
India. But then I was in India, right. And then I went to Australia, and this stomach problem just kept plaguing me.
Yeah.
And then one day I went to the ER. I was like, this is just getting too bad. And I was taking like... Afterwards, I turns out you can buy like Tylenol with a little bit of like morphine over the counter there.
Yeah.
And
codeine.
It's a fucking woo.
Yep.
It is a trip.
Yep.
So, but the guy, I go there and the guy's taking, he pokes one of my veins in my hand. And it gets away from him.
Oh.
And then now on the top, like you see, I've got like a little, you could see close.
You got veins. You got veins.
And the blood is shooting out of my hand like Spider-Man, dude. Like I'm full on.
That bad?
Yeah, it's coming out full force.
I'd start painting my name on the walls.
He goes, looks like it got away from me, mate. and there's a puddle of blood on the floor.
I would be like, I would cover my hand and be like, just take it from the floor, dude. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
Sop it up, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, so what happened? They take the blood that you get, and then you just left?
That's pretty much it. They said my blood pressure was excellent, which is wild to me.
Sure.
Blood pressure is excellent. They did an EKG. They said my heart's good.
Beautiful.
I tried to call back on Friday to see how the blood work came out.
Yeah.
They're open for 15 minutes that day, so I couldn't get them.
Let me guess, 10:57 to 11:03?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So I don't know. I'll give him a call now tomorrow, hopefully. And
so what's the solution with this fascia?
I got to go see a general surgeon and see what he thinks.
So you told me like they put a mesh covering?
That's one of the options that some people do. But if you Google that procedure, especially in the last 5-10 years, people are suing the shit out of surgeons because it does not go well long term. So I don't think I'm going to do that.
Why don't they just sew up your pussy?
I don't think they can do that.
Why can't they sew?
I'll ask the surgeon. I'll be like, "Can you sew my pussy up? Is that how much will my insurance cover a sewn pussy?
Yeah.
If I decide to reopen the pussy, is it reversible?
If I decide to come back again, can you hold on to it? So then what? They can't sew it up?
No, I don't think so. It's like it's either like lose a bunch of weight, which I lost 30 pounds the first time I got diagnosed, wound up putting it back on over the quarantine. That's an option. They could tell me, be like, hey, you should do like a stomach lap band or whatever the fuck, one of those weight loss surgeries, which I don't know how I'd feel about.
So if you lost weight, this wouldn't be an issue?
Yes.
What does that mean? Why?
Actually, that's one of the questions I want to ask the surgeon, because that's what like my parents were like, well, just, try to start losing weight again. You can do it. You've done it before. Just like, but in my head, even if I dropped down to even if I lost 40, 50 pounds, there's still a fucking tear in my stomach lining.
That's what's puzzling to me.
Exactly.
Is the tear because you're fat?
Like, granted, well, they say it happens sometimes if you put on weight in a short amount of time.
And like a stretch mark.
Yeah.
You have a stretch mark on your stomach.
I guess, kind of.
And I guess it would...
I mean, I do have stretch marks on my stomach, so but I also have a stretched pussy.
Yeah. It would close up if you lost
the least
weight.
Desirable of all pussies. A stretched stomach pussy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Where like, even if I got kind of fit... There's a tear in my stomach fascia. If one of my organs got out and got pinched, because that's what happens, they said.
It sounds like it's escaping jail.
It's like really trying to... There's fake organs there.
If my kidney got out and got pinched.
Yeah. It's a fucking pillowcase stuffed with socks in my stomach right now. So, I don't know. We'll see.
Right.
We'll see.
Jesus Christ.
They said some people do nothing and they're fine for their whole lives.
Sure.
And they're like, Or any moment you could be in incredible pain in your stomach and then you got to rush to the emergency room. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. It's good enough.
That's nuts, dude. I get that sorted out.
I'm trying, man. I
Yeah.
got my blood drawn. That was tough.
So you don't know the results yet?
Not yet. But of course, now I feel great the last couple days.
You want to bring in the numbers and we'll compare numbers?
You want to do a live reading? Be
Live
like,
read.
I have cancer. I already made that joke where I was like, what if because they're checking for like prostatitis and some other stuff.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like, what if I have prostate cancer?
Okay.
And my mom was like crossing herself and
Yeah,
praying to God. And I was like, relax. I didn't see two pussies. I said, what if I have cancer?
And she starts filleting her. Phalanging? What is the thing?
Phalanging?
You know when you start beating yourself with the
Oh, yeah. I think it is phalanging. Yeah.
You do the thing and she, like in the living room.
She's got two snakes all of a sudden? Like, where did you get those?
The snakes are biting her in the back.
She breaks glass. There's snakes behind the glass. Break in case of religious emergency.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, cool.
All right.
So let's do quick dates and get the hell up out of here.
Yeah.
I will be in Rogue Island Comedy Fest the 27th and 28th in May 27th, May 28th in Rhode Island, in Newport, Rhode Island. On the 26th, I'll be at the Quincy Brewing in Massachusetts. So if you're in the New England region, come see a show. I'll be there May 26th through May 28th. June 9th through 11th, I'll be at the Blue Room in Springfield, Missouri, featuring for my boy Shane Torres. So that'll be fun. Come check that out. That's June 9th through 11th, Springfield, Missouri. And then 24th, 25th, I'll be in Bananas in New Jersey, Hasbrook Heights.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. I believe it's the 26th, 27th, and 28th. Double check me on that. But the weekend, okay, cool. I will be at the Urban Cowboy Lodge in the Catskills with a couple friends. I'll be headlining one of those nights, so give me a follow on Instagram to find out exactly when, at Dennis Rooney 7, and keep my stomach pussy in your prayers.
I'll be, follow me on Instagram as well. All day KCA, ALLDAY KCA. And also, if you share a clip, tag us, and you get a free copy of my album.
Nice.
So you'll do that. All right, cool. And as always,
Meet me outside.